Hello, yo-yo review time. Full disclosure up front, I made the strings for this yo-yo, and I got to pick one of them for free as part of that deal, so thank you to Zero Gravity for that. That said, I was paid up front for the strings, and I wasn't required to do a review or anything. He didn't ask for this. I just wanted to kind of hype it up a little bit. So this is my honest feedback. Just wanted to let you know ahead of time that I'm not completely unbiased because I made the strings for it, and I think it's a cool yo-yo, and I got it for free, but that I'm going to try to not let that bias my review at all. So anywho, this gorgeous piece of work is the Basilisk from Zero Gravity Return Tops. Now, I picked the Iguanidae colorway, which is like gray with pink and orange and white splash on there. It was a really hard choice between this and the Chameleonidae. I think I'm pronouncing that right. All of the colorways, there's 4 colorways, and they're all named after like lizard species. With the theme of this, because Zero Gravity, their theme is like stuff that defies gravity. So they had the ibex, which is a type of mountain goat that like can climb crazy cliffs, and the basilisk is a type of lizard that can run on water. And so like it's really cool that they have the lizard theme with that and everything. But yeah, so honestly, all 4 of the designs are really cool. This one just happened to be my favorite. Now, first impressions when I got this yo-yo, it feels so premium. Like as soon as I pulled it out of the box, it reminded me of the Monkey Finger Fire Devil. They have kind of a similar V shape there and the same kind of premium quality feel to them. Very similar finish as well. Now they're very different when it comes to the cup shape, and the way that they play is very different. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, it's just really, really nice V shape, and the fancy splash anodizing and everything. There's a little better look at the shape of it from the side. So yeah, and it's the rims on it are very beefy. It almost feels like it almost plays like a bimetal. Like I think the yo-yo that I think it plays most like to me is the Warhawk. Of course, I have a fairly small collection compared to a lot of yo-yoers out there who are more collectors. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show a little bit of a comparison between the shapes of the V yo-yos that I have, just so you can see kind of where it sits compared to some others. So here we have the Basilisk compared to the Metalhead from Rain City Skills. And then compared to the Fire Devil from Monkey Finger Designs. And then I would call the Warhawk a V shape, maybe with a little bit of a kind of wing shape in there to it. So that's just kind of a quick visual comparison of how it compares to some others. So the Basilisk comes with a center track bearing, and it is super smooth, like no vibe at all. At least if I throw straight. I'm a really sloppy yo-yoer, and so it sometimes gets a little bit of vibe just from my throw, but on its own, it is fantastic. And so, yeah, the finish on this, like I was mentioning, is super smooth. It's about as close as, you know, when you're in school and you're in science class and they're doing physics equations and you just assume a completely frictionless surface to make the equations easier. This is as close to that in real life as I've ever seen. It's incredibly smooth. Probably the smoothest yo-yo I have. Like I said, the Monkey Finger is very similar, and the Rain City Skills Metalhead is also incredibly smooth. But yeah, it's fantastic for grinds because of that smooth finish and the V shape. It also is really, really good for finger spins. Now, at first I thought, you know, like let's compare. Here's the Metalhead versus the Basilisk, and I've always thought that the Metalhead is pretty much the best finger spin yo-yo ever, because you get your finger locked into that little cup right there, and it's just so smooth, feels so good. I thought this was going to be too small of a dimple, but man, my finger accidentally got in there doing a finger spin, and it was the most satisfying thing, where it just kind of locked in and just stood perfectly still. Like no wobble at all, because if you go a little bit on the outside of the rim, it's going to spin a little like that, you know? So it was crazy good for finger spins, which was a lot of fun. Now, it's not quite as great for thumb grinds. There's just not a whole lot to get in there because the rims are very curved, but it is doable, just not ideal like something with more of an overhang like the Warhawk or something. Um, but yeah, definitely really, really good high quality yo-yo, very good performer. So let's talk about specs a little bit. The Basilisk is 45.5 millimeters wide with a 55.8 millimeter diameter. It weighs 65 grams and has a 4.6 millimeter string gap. I think 65 grams might be a little on the heavier side. I might be wrong there. I don't know the stats of other yo-yos off the top of my head. It just feels like a little bigger number. Like I recently reviewed the Sistine and it was like 63 grams. But it doesn't feel heavy at all. It feels very competition ready, very good performer. It does feel kind of wider somehow. I think it's because I'm not used to I don't have a whole lot of like strong V-shaped yo-yos. And so I think it just feels extra wide, even though it's not that much wider. It's like maybe 0.1 millimeter wider than some of the other yo-yos, that are similar feel, but it feels wider than that, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, it took a little getting used to that feeling wider like that because I don't play with V-shaped yo-yos very often. But it's really good, honestly. And it doesn't feel bad in the hand. Like I said, it just was different from what I'm used to. But once I got used to it, it's really fantastic. And honestly, most of the time the yo-yo is not going to be in your hand anyway. It's going to be down at the other end of the string, hopefully. You don't want it to spend too much time in your hands. So, but yeah, it's like I said, based on the look and finish, I compare it to the Fire Devil, but as far as play, it's definitely closer to the Warhawk. Not quite that same level of bimetal power like that, but it's a monometal, so you shouldn't expect that. Now, the thing that actually really surprised me the most about the Basilisk was the price tag, because, I mean, this is a really, really premium feeling yo-yo, really great finish, awesome ano colors and things like that. And like I said, it's monkey finger level premium quality, and so like monkey fingers are like $100 or so, and so I would expect it to be in the $80 to $100 range. Nope, this is $56, which is a great deal for a yo-yo like that, that high quality. So I would highly recommend picking one up. They're not available yet. They're coming February 2021 though, which means like any day now pretty much. So yeah, definitely when this comes out, you want to get this. It's a great price for a fantastic yo-yo. And like I said, I am a little biased. It comes with some fantastic strings that I made. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't affect the review too much. Also, I really love, they come with these like little display stands where you take the top off and you can just slide it down in there and pop the top on, and it's like a nice little stand. I put it on top of my shelf back there. So yeah, definitely not sure the exact date, like I said, of when this is coming out, but check Zero Gravity Return Tops on Instagram for more information. They're going to be posting excuse me, they're going to be posting there. They've got all the specs that I listed out earlier, and they're going to be posting there when it comes out. I know it's coming out on their website. Might be, I'm not sure if they've got anything else lined up with it. So yeah, definitely check them out. Shameless self-promotion. Check out my shop at Bad Wolf Co. on Instagram or on Etsy. Shameless self-promotion over. Sorry about that. It's just, I made the strings for it, so I had to mention it. And thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Take care of yourself.